Well, here we are in another week of marketing. So we're in week 4, and a wrap up of what we talked about last week is that we looked at sport consumer behavior. So what are some factors that influence the way you spend your money on sport products? And particularly, I want you to see the difference between individual factors and environmental factors. And you'll actually see those again. I'm asking you to examine those in part 1 of your marketing plan. So examining some of the different ways that that environmental factors and individual factors shape your consumer behavior. Some comments on assignments that I have graded so far. I have graded your SWOT analyses, and you can see those in your grade center, and I even posted a video on how I grade assignments. So I hope that you're looking at your feedback, because that's my way of communicating with you about what you're learning and what you can do better, and what I wanted you to see that maybe you didn't see, or what I thought you did see that I thought was really good. So please look at those comments. In the SWOT analysis too, the assignments that were good, the answers that were good, were when you stated a strong opinion and made that very clear. So a clear, strong statement of opinion, and then you justified it with reasoning and examples based on the textbook or based on real life examples of how a patron of the fitness center might react to those opportunities or threats or whatever. So hopefully I made that clear in my feedback, and that's a way that we can strengthen your writing throughout this semester. But I'm always looking for strong initial statements, like at the beginning of a paragraph, and then using the rest of that paragraph to back that statement up with facts that you see from other sources, or examples that you see in the world around you, or examples that you see in current events. So that's that. Last week, or this past week, you had a quiz. I'll be grading that this week. And speaking of this week, what we're talking about is market research. So using data to figure out what good marketing strategies might be. And you've probably heard the term market research quite frequently. So what does that mean? We're going to be looking at that this week. I've got a lot of video clips and website activities for you in this week's material, and you'll see those again in next week's quiz. And your assignment this week, you have got your first current event assignment due this week, and it's asking you to examine the both sides of the issue with using Native American images as mascots in sports. So we see that as an issue quite a bit. Some are close to home, like with Arkansas State changing their mascot a few years ago, and some are more high profile, like the Washington Redskins. So, and there may be even some high schools that you examine around the area and looking at this assignment, or that you know of. So what I am looking for in this current events assignment is to research both sides of this issue and provide evidence. So I don't just want you to say that Native Americans don't mind the use of their images because you wouldn't care, without you providing some evidence that is what some groups have come out and said, or that is what some research has shown. So I don't want you to just say, it wouldn't bother me. I want you to back up both sides of this issue with evidence and research from groups that have made statements, or researchers that have found opinions on this topic. And then you're going to be asked to choose a side and explain why you feel that way. So I look forward to seeing what you think about this. And there are certainly legitimate arguments on either side of this issue in sports. I hope that you have a great week, and I hope that you had a great Labor Day weekend, and I will talk to you next week.